Welcome to Spirit Guide Daily. Hey, when we're in a collective, we all share energy, and these are daily messages that are timeless. They'll cross your path when they are meant to. We're going to get 3 tarot cards from the pre-Raphaelite deck. It is absolutely beautiful, but it is not a beginner deck. For anybody who does like to read, make sure that you know the numerical assignments of the cards before you get this deck. We have the Making Magic Oracle bringing us a predictive card as well, and we're using the ever so gigantic archetype card to tell us about any shadow attributes or light attributes that we're facing today. So hey guys, before I get started, don't forget to subscribe because it helps my channel. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. That is the only way to book me. Don't forget that I have a podcast called Logical Magic Examining Esoterica, where I discuss all the ways to heal your energy and how to heal your relationship style. Let's get going here. 1 and 2 and 3. And I'm frequently joined by my friend Jacob Fluharty, who is also my personal tarot card reader. He's a very good guy. I have the 6 of Wands in the upright as our first energy, and of course salt is going anywhere. I use sea salt to store a lot of things. Why? Because it removes negative energy. 6 of Wands in the upright is a very, very good card. It's an auspicious card. It can be the Herald's card. It's progress. It can be victory. It's a triumph over adversity energy. It can be a social media star on top of everything else, but it's an entirely positive kind of card when it's in the upright like that. It can be traveling, by the way. Comes out with the 4 of Swords in the upright, which is taking a rest, taking a pause. Things happening at a very sedate pace or in a very peaceful energy. It's like there's progress on a peaceful journey here with the 10 of Cups in reverse, which is, sometimes like being an individual, because the 10 of Cups in the upright is a card of fulfillment and life partners and family. In reverse like that, it doesn't necessarily mean unhappiness, but what it can mean is that you're like kind of forging ahead, doing it yourself, feeling your personal power. Which, by the way, feeling your personal power does not have anything to do with being single or with being paired up. It's about standing in your own personal power. And even in, long-term romantic relationships, you still have to have a sense of individuality and self in order for the relationship to remain healthy. But the overall energy of this is kind of, there's progress happening, but for the most part, it's this very peaceful energy. It's almost as if you have more confidence in the path that you're on. If you're, here, Monk Nun just came out. That's the, here we go. Selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. The shadow attribute would be negative judgment to the physical world, excessive piety. Now, please understand that the monk nun thing does not really address, sexuality or whether or not you're celibate, but rather that you have committed yourself to a course of action. And that's kind of what I'm getting here is it might be a path that is more about your personal journey these days than, finding the one or any of the things that like our society tells us is the thing that is most likely to yield happiness, when in fact the thing that is most likely to yield happiness is finding your purposeful path. So that if people come and go in your life, you're still on your path. You still know what you're doing. You still know why you're here. And it does not have anything to do with precluding relationships. That's a really important thing to remember. It's just that understanding that ultimately, to begin with, people shouldn't look for their person. Like, I want to find my person. You are your own person first. Understand that part, and you can have great love, you can have soulmates, you can have an amazing connection, but you're not looking for a missing person in your life until you look inside and find who you are without another person, determining the course of action in your own journey. Personal empowerment comes when we understand that we are walking a journey, and sometimes people will walk it with us. But for the most part, even if we are been married for 45 years or something, you're on a path that is individual and about you, your journey, and your lessons. And that's kind of what it's saying here. But I love the peaceful vibe of that 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is not. It's about not a lot happening, but depending on the vibe of it, it can be everything being put on pause or everything being in a very peaceful, restful state. This is somebody who's on a journey. If you aren't in this energy yet, seek it out through meditation to try and find the guidance on what you're actually supposed to be doing. And the easiest way to tap into your guidance is to ask, what is it that I am supposed to be doing? And if it involves another person, that is likely a message from your ego. If it involves what you are meant to be doing on your path, then that is likely a spiritual a message. And is there something wrong with wanting things? No, but it doesn't have the same spiritual evolution and fulfillment, I guess, as going towards the purpose of your soul, the lessons that you wanted to learn. And it doesn't preclude having love. It just makes you understand that that's not really the sole focus of your existence. We really get programmed to believe that it is, and it's not. You'll be happier and more fulfilled if you find what you are meant to be doing. We have prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. This is a card of business success as well, but it is your success. This is an interesting draw, and for my people who are still struggling just a little bit, understand what the cards are saying here is if you've been struggling with your personal happiness, stop asking when things are going to get better and start asking, what can I do to make things better? Because we have to be active participants in our lives, but you do have to be in a peaceful state where you're like, I accept that the universe will bring to me what is actually meant for me, and what is in my life has been brought to help me learn lessons. Now, our choices determine a great deal, but our choices actually determine what comes into our lives. And if you want better things, you make better choices. And just kind of that simple. In saying it, in doing it, it can be a years-long process, and it is part of spiritual enlightenment and a spiritual awakening. So this was a pretty heavy-duty message for today. What it really is telling you is to look for the peace within, to find greater happiness in your world and a better sense of fulfillment. Look for your individual journey. And if you want to feel better about the world, do something to try and make it better. That is the easiest way to start feeling better in this world, is to be better within and better without. How you treat others, speaking kindly to yourself and others, is the easiest way to get into a peaceful state. Be loving and accepting of self, and be loving and accepting of others. Do not have poor boundaries when it comes to that. You can recognize somebody as being in a struggling place and know that it is not your role in their life to fix it. Try to apply your energies to the greater whole, not to one individual, and you will have greater success. All right, so that was the message for today. Thank you for joining me. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Take care. Be well.